The human body is made up of more than 60% water. Everyone relies on water. We drink it, we bathe in it, we brush our teeth with it, prepare food with it. We depend on it as our main drinking source and count on it to be clean. But where does it come from? Where does it go? And most importantly, how clean is it really? The water from our rivers and streams are filled with microbes, pathogens, and chemicals that could make us sick. To fix this, we disinfect by chlorination. Chlorination gets rid of most microbes and is widely used all over the world. But what about the chlorine itself? What happens to it and how safe is it?
The town of Tewksbury took several approaches to reducing the amount of THMs in the town. The first thing we did was we doubled the chlorine dioxide dose. Chlorine dioxide is a very powerful oxidant and disinfectant which can control the amount of THMs in the naturally occurring material that is found in any source water, like the Merrimack River. We also reduce the amount of chlorine that's added to the finished water so that THMs don't continue to propagate as they move out into the system. We've also added a new system which uses powdered activated carbon. What powdered activated carbon does is it goes in, it reduces some of the byproducts of the disinfection process, and what it also does is it absorbs organics such as THMs and it kind of short circuits the reaction so they don't occur.
Adding chlorine products could produce trihalomethanes, also known as THMs. THMs are a byproduct of the reaction between chlorine and the naturally occurring organic and inorganic matter in the rivers.
They could or may experience some liver issues, kidney or central nervous system. May also have an increase of risk of cancer. But the thing that you need to remember is it's may. It's not a definite.
THMs have been linked to cause many adverse health effects such as certain types of cancer, miscarriages, heart, lung, kidney, and central nervous system damage. Because of this, the EPA has set regulations against the amount of THMs in our drinking water. The EPA has limited the amount of THM to 80 parts per billion. The toxicity of THMs has been known since 1976, and they have been classified as cancer-causing agents. That means there is no safe limit to THMs, which also means any amount is unsafe. But if that is the case, why does the EPA set the limit at 80 parts per billion? The standards are usually determined by balancing the health effects against the feasibility and cost of treating contaminated water, and in the case of THMs, also considering the risk from acute gastrointestinal diseases.
If you had non-treated water, the benefits of treatment outweigh the benefits of not treating it. There's other gastrointestinal diseases that could cause just as much health effects to a person, if not more. The thing is that EPA strongly recommends that all water that is going to be potable water be disinfected. And that's why we have treatment plants and why we do the things we do, because of all of the other risks associated with raw water. There's a lot of naturally occurring contaminants in raw water.
While regular testing shows that Tewksbury drinking water is in fact meeting the EPA standards of 80 parts per billion for THMs, a critical concern still exists with how protective the EPA standards are in the first place. Ultimately, local boards of health have the responsibility to ensure that all aspects of drinking water are in fact safe and to inform the public appropriately and in a timely manner. Unfortunately, however, many local communities all across the United States lack sufficient funds and have extremely limited resources to fully address this challenge.
Well, it is the responsibility of the water department to ensure that the water that's produced meets all of the regulations. And what we strive to do is not only meet the regulations, but to exceed them. And also we try to anticipate any regulation changes and try to change the facility as needed.
Beyond treatment and technologies, the most effective way for us to keep our water safe is to not pollute them in the first place. You could start helping protect this precious resource by taking several steps. Stop using harsh cleaning chemicals and instead use safer, cleaner alternatives. Educate others in your community and your local representative about the importance of both statewide and nationwide efforts to have sound, sustainable policies to protect our waters.
You know, community people can help in this sense that we do have stormwater that drains off from their properties that goes eventually into either the Shawsheen, the Merrimack, and just following some of the simple rules of stormwater can help keep the water cleaner and keep some of the natural curing material from reacting with the chlorine.
If you have any questions regarding Tewksbury's water, please contact the Water Department at 978-640-4448. For information about TTHM standards, please visit the EPA's website at epa.gov.